let's quickly catch up on all the chaos, betrayal, and survival from Season 2. Hari Seldon's digital consciousness, trapped inside the Prime Radiant, works with a mysterious manifestation to escape. On Synax, Gal and Salva learn that Hari's plan is going off track and reactivate the beggar ship to return to Terminus. Meanwhile, Brother Day survives an assassination attempt by the Blind Angels and accuses Brothers Dawn and Dusk of conspiracy. He proposes marrying Queen Soreth I to break the genetic dynasty's cycle, but she rejects his offer. Empire also learns that Terminus wasn't destroyed by a megaflare, raising new suspicions. The episode ends with Hari reuniting with Gal and Salva aboard the beggar. Hari tells Gal and Salva that creating a second foundation is essential for his plan's success, a process disrupted when Gal fled to Synax. With his help, they restart the beggar and escape Synax just before a deadly storm hits. Meanwhile, Queen Soreth tactfully questions Empire about the assassination attempt during dinner discussions about their marriage. On Suina, High Cleric Polly Verisov and Brother Constant learn that Seldon's vault has reopened and rush back to Terminus. There, the Warden is incinerated by the vault, which reveals the name Hober Mallow. In a future vision, Gal is attacked by a telepath known as the Mule, the source of a coming darkness, and sees Salva dead beside her. Afterward, she learns from her future self that the second foundation is on Ignis. Lady Demerzel recruits former General Bel Rios, imprisoned on Lepsis, to investigate the foundation. After an audience with Empire, Rios reunites with his husband Glorn Kerr and leads a fleet to the Outer Reach. Meanwhile, Hari guides Gal and Salva to Una's world, where his consciousness is transferred into an organic body by the mysterious Khal. Before leaving, they battle reactivated mining machines and escape with Hari's body. Elsewhere, con man Hober Mallow steals the Eye of Coral using a teleportation trick, but is caught and sentenced to death. He later escapes using the same device, fleeing aboard the ship just arrived by Polly and Constant. Soreth and Dawn bond in the palace gardens, cautiously questioning each other about the assassination attempts on their families and finding trust through honesty. Dusk and Rue reflect on their past relationship, and Dusk offers to restore her lost memories from their time at Gossamer Court. On Suina, Rios and Glorn meet informant Dusum Bar, who reveals the magician's advanced tech and their ties to the Foundation. After escaping an angry mob, Rios is forced to end Bar's life and he poisons himself to avoid capture. On Terminus, Polly, Constant, and Hober enter the vault, where Hari tasks the clerics with starting peace talks with the Empire, while Hober is given a separate mission. Hober departs with Constant's pet Baki, leaving Polly and Constant on Terminus. Soreth discreetly hires a palace claviger to investigate her family's deaths. Hari dreams of Rach and confronts his apparition aboard the beggar before waking. He, Gal, and Salva discuss his new organic body as the beggar crash lands on Ignis after encountering negative ions. Salva investigates signs of a watcher outside. On Trantor, Soreth sneaks into Cleon's bedchamber to learn how he survived the assassination, and during a tense exchange, accepts Brother Day's marriage proposal. Dusk and Rue reflect on their past, but Dusk grows uneasy over Day's power to audit their memories. Visiting the memoriam with Dawn, they discover evidence of memory tampering. Meanwhile, Soreth and Rue uncover Demerzel's true robotic nature. On Ignis, Salva seemingly reunites with Hugo, but Hari suspects something is wrong. Hugo is revealed to be a telepath, part of a Mentalic community. The telepaths attack, capturing Hari, Gal, and Salva, and bring them before their leader, Telem Bond, who already knows about their plan for a second foundation. Salva meets a young Mentalic named Josiah and learns through visions how Telem rescued Mentalics from persecution and built a refuge on Ignis. Telem, opposing the idea of a second foundation, offers to train Gal in precognition and eventually lead the Mentalics, but demands she choose between them and Hari. Hari grows increasingly suspicious of Telem. After a heated argument, Hari seemingly leaves on the beggar, but in reality, Telem traps him in a tidal pool, where he relives painful memories of his childhood, lost love Yana, and the Empire's theft of his research. On Trantor, Brother Day introduces Soreth as his bride-to-be, but she steals the spotlight and wins over the crowd, leaving Day unsettled. Hober Mallow reaches the coordinates Hari gave him and boards a spacer mothership. Meanwhile, Constant and Polly arrive on Trantor representing the Foundation, but are arrested soon after. Queen Soreth undergoes a fertility exam and, through tense conversation with Demerzel, confirms her suspicion that Cleon Roman 17 orchestrated her family's murder. Hober Mallow offers the Spacers freedom using synthesized Opalesque, but they reject the deal and hand him over to General Rios. With help from Baki and Foundation's jump tech, Hober escapes the home swarm. Rios debates rebelling against Empire, but ultimately decides it's too dangerous. Sareth confronts Brother Day about her family's deaths and secretly proposes to Dawn that he father her child instead. Constant and Polly, still in prison, finally meet Empire. During their audience, Constant unknowingly activates a Hari Seldon interface, startling Brother Day into ordering a blockade of Terminus. On Ignis, Salva grows suspicious of the Mentalics and Gull's refusal to leave. She investigates and finds Hari's drowned body, but before she can act, Telem catches her and leaves her unconscious, floating face down in the water. On Trantor, Brother Dusk catches Rue investigating Demizel's quarters. Rue reveals her people's memory restoration tech, raising Dusk's suspicions about her involvement in the assassination attempt, which she denies. Later, Dusk and Rue discover an anomaly in the Mural of Souls, but are interrupted by news of the cleric's impending execution. Just as Constant is about to be killed, Hober Mallow crashes his Whisper ship onto the palace platform, rescuing her amid the chaos, though Polly is left behind. Vicky nearly kills Brother Day before being shot. Despite opposition from Dusk and Demizel, but with Sareth's surprising support, Day decides to personally visit Terminus. Rue later warns Sareth about her dangerous involvement with Dawn. On Ignis, Salva links with Hari in the vault and escapes captivity, while Gull is trapped by Telem, who plans to transfer her consciousness into Gull's body, hinting she's done it before. Dusk and Rue uncover a hidden chamber behind the mural, where they encounter a projection of Cleon are revealing secrets about Demizel's past. 610 years earlier, young Cleon of the Entung dynasty discovers a hidden chamber where he finds Demizel imprisoned. Over the years, she shares stories of the robot wars, and as an adult, Cleon frees her but installs programming forcing her loyalty to Empire. In the present, Cleon traps Dusk and Rue in that same chamber after revealing her past. On Ignis, Telem Bond tries to transfer her consciousness into Gull, but Salva intervenes and helps Gull escape to the Beggar. On Terminus, Brother Day meets with the Foundation leaders, declares the Church of Seldon an armory, and orders the priests executed. A battle erupts when the Invictus activates, prompting Day to demand its crash onto Terminus. Rios prepares to board the Invictus, while Hober Mallow and Constant are taken to the bridge when Empire returns from the surface. On Ignis, Salva kills Telem's enforcer Lauron by venting an airlock. Inside the Beggar, Telem briefly overpowers Gull and Salva, but Hari, still alive, kills her. Demizel suddenly departs for Trantor, leaving Day aboard the Imperial flagship as the Invictus crashes, creating a singularity that destroys Terminus while Day watches, smiling. Brother Day orders the Imperial fleet to jump to Foundation's allied worlds and destroy them. After Day relieves General Rios of his command when he refuses the order, she bends light. Using a jump sequence smuggled on board by Hober Mallow, sets the ships to jump into one another, which will inevitably consume the entire fleet and free the remaining spaces from Empire. Rios throws himself between Day and Hober when Day tries to kill Hober after he reveals the ruse. Their fight ends after Day throws Rios out of an airlock, only to have Rios swap places with him at that moment using Hober's castling device. Knowing they are now trapped on a doomed vessel, after a tearful farewell, Hober puts Constant in a cleaning module and ejects her into space in hope that she'll be rescued. On Trantor, Demizel returns and confronts the trapped Dusk and Rue. After realizing that their fates are sealed, Dusk, unbeknown to Demizel, marks her neck in green before she reluctantly kills them. After speaking with Demizel, Dawn realizes what has been unfolding and manages to free the imprisoned Sareth, who is with child, before they escape from Trantor. With all three brothers either gone or dead, Demizel decants a new one of each and activates the copy of the Prime Radiant given her by Seldon. Near Terminus, Hari's vault pulls Constant's pod inside, where she discovers that it is carrying the entire population of Terminus within along with Glorm, reuniting her with Polly and her fathers. On Ignis, after Gull recounts the events to Salva of how she helped Hari escape from drowning, the trio finds out that up until now, Telem has been bending all Mentalics to her will, and that her death has freed them. However, before dying, Telem's psyche had fled into Josiah, who she forces to attempt to assassinate Gull. Salva foils the attempt and kills Josiah, but dies taking the shot meant for Gull. Salva's death gives Gull and Hari hope and evidence that the future is not set. They agree to enter cryo-sleep, waking for a short time each year to teach and guide the Second Foundation and prepare them for the battle in the future. 152 years in the future, a crazed mule becomes aware of Gull's presence. And that's everything you need to know before Season 4. What do you think? Can Psycho history still save the galaxy? Drop your thoughts in the comments, like the video, and subscribe for more sci-fi recaps and breakdowns every week.